Ladies and gentlemen, it's episode 1. Episode 1 of Just Hanging Out. My name's Kaiboy.
And this is Zach coming at you.
Zach coming at you with fucking Kaiboy the Cowboy, Kyle fucking Hurley, man. Fucking A, man. We're here to talk about different things. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about conspiracy theories, mainly conspiracy theories. I love fucking chatting it up with Zach over here with conspiracy theories, so it's going to be our thing. And obviously we'll throw in little things here and there, but hey, we're shooting the shit and we're just fucking hanging out. All right. So I know... excuse me, I'm a little hungover today. It's not what I wanted to start with, but what are you going to do? Yesterday was the guy's birthday, so fuck it. Today we're going to talk about blue roofs.
Okay, I know. We're not selling it. We're not selling you blue roofs. So there is this conspiracy that a bunch of people that are rich and prominent that live in Hawaii right now have this specific blue. And it's a specific color. It's not just blue, like that blue. It's like a specific blue degree that lasers cannot penetrate. And with that, apparently all these rich people have it as their roof. Hence, there's this conspiracy that this fire was created by lasers. I feel like I sound like Dr. Evil. Lasers, laser beams. Cool. but that these cannot penetrate this blue. This laser cannot penetrate this blue, and everything else will burn around it. I really don't doubt it. Because if you're rich, you know that hey man, like this place is gonna get burned to the ground. You get that $1 million mansion. I mean, did you know Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah, we went to see her in concert.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I told everybody, not to get off topic here, but I told everybody it seemed like everybody was worshiping like a demon. Don't get me wrong.
She's got like a witch thing going on for her. So
yeah, but everybody was very highly aggressive. There was people fighting in the front. I was like, what is happening? I thought this is supposed to be like Peace Lady. And don't get me wrong. Again, I was on some LSD, but like all these drunk ass bitches around me were just screaming and fucking cussing each other out. And I was like, what's happening here? And then I was like, if this lady picked out one person in the crowd and was like, kill him, they would kill him. Like, these people would crowd and fucking tear someone apart. And I was like, this ain't right, man. Dude. And I don't mind her music. Her music is good. But,
yeah, Fleetwood Mac's awesome.
Dude.
And her by herself is good.
Then you hear her talk. And she is... And then I was in the bed and I was sitting there and I was laying there and I woke up and I said Fleetwood Mac. And then I was like, what? I was like, dude, she makes no sense when she talks. Good at singing, great music.
She didn't make the name Fleetwood Mac if she's trying to say that. I tell you why, because Mick Fleetwood is the drummer. And they were a band before she was involved. And Lindsey Buckingham came together. It was an odd
show, man. Cool hippie people were around, but like I said, it's like when you went out to go get drinks, everyone was cool, but when you walked back in there, it was like a totally different presence and like it was like demonic in a sense. And I was like, dude, there's something funky going on here. Again, I had a head full of LSD, but like, what are you gonna do, man?
I mean, you're still like aware. Like, right. I mean, you can't. Yeah. I don't believe anybody that's like. I've done a copious amount of LSD with myself and with him, and I've never seen like anybody just appear with a knife coming at me or doing anything crazy aggressive. So it's like you saw what was going on, and just maybe it was more amplified because you're on LSD. Yeah. But back to her, like it was either Instagram or something. She was talking about. Oh, now she lives in Maui or some shit, and she's like, oh, and now I can't go to my favorite jewelry store and like buy the jewelry and all this shit, and like do all these fucking people are flaming her, like, well, no, fucking take your fucking millions, you're worth 100 million, fucking picks the shit around you if you want it so bad. Yeah. Like it's like God, these people live in such a cloud, and like I'm sorry, but she's been famous for a very long time. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think she was with Fleetwood Mac in 75, 74. That's over 50, almost 50 years of being famous and having money. Yeah. Though she fucking had a huge coke problem back in the day.
Oh, yeah. It shows. She might still have it. She's talking a mile a minute when she was on the mic.
Maybe. And, or maybe it's baby's blood. But anyways, you know how that goes.
Goddamn baby's blood. Adrenochrome.
Yeah, dude. But it's when you make that much money and you're that famous for so long, and not only with that, what comes with that, the parties you go to, the people you end up associating with, and who wants to, and then also, everybody sees you, oh my God. You're Stevie Nicks. Right. I'm like,
they worship you like a fucking a god, man.
Exactly,
and they go to anybody's head. I mean, I'm not saying that like I would be in the better.
Oh, same here.
Better place. I'd probably go down a crazy route, dude. I'd be talking a mile a minute on a mic, making an ass of myself, and doing all sorts of things, trying to start cults, all this different shit.
But the thing is, when you're that famous for that long, you have such a following. Yeah. She can do all that shit. No one really cares. But like if you and I did that on stage, we'd all be all crazy and shit. But
we'd get a following though.
Yeah, right. Just bring it together, dude. I mean. All you need is one video to pop off. Peter and I were thinking about putting my drum set on his boat and just playing down the river, and I was like thinking, man, actually that would probably get like 5 million views because we just put it on McHenry.com and
No, but with back to the laser thing, because there were some houses that didn't even get touched by it, like Oprah.
Yeah,
Oprah's house.
Oprah the Rock.
Now, that's my question with this, because I didn't look into that. Was her roof the blue paint?
We'd have to look, but I guess all these people have it.
They all have that certain blue paint. Now, I'm a painter, and I ain't never seen no blue paint that can fucking deflect lasers. Fucking, so there's something going on here. But I've seen it, man, because I know everyone's like, oh, fucking blah, blah, blah. It was the wind or whatever. And I was thinking,
the wind.
My girl told me, she's like, there's fires going on in Maui. And I was like, oh, like, why is it, how's it spreading so fast? She goes, they say the wind. I said, what? I said, I get it. It can push fires and shit like that. But
just
like,
gently over Oprah and the Rock's house.
Yeah, and like, how the fuck did it start? I was like, where did it start from? She said, they're saying the wind. I said, last time I checked, wind doesn't start fires, baby.
Well, oxygen. Well, no, I mean, oxygen can cause more fires and push. That's how they keep spreading and keep going.
Well, I know that it can push it. Like that's an issue that forest fires have sometimes. Sometimes the wind, it'll go different ways. It'll go downhill, uphill, whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole like how it started thing, and then I started going on this whole fucking rampage with these lasers, and then there's videos of people showing these fucking lasers blasting down, and I'm like, is that real?
Wait, what?
Yeah, have you seen the videos? Bro,
really.
There's videos. I went on a fucking... Now, don't get me wrong. I know...
Is it after I said something to you?
People will give shit. Well, no, I've been looking at it, but when you brought it up to me, I was like, all right. I was like, at least we have something with this, because I've been looking at this as well. I just went on a rampage, was looking up videos of it, and it's people recording, like, gas stations and shit, and these, like, blue-ass lasers just... Not like... lasers from a movie, you know, like fucking... Or like Star Wars laser. It's just like a clear see-through, and it comes down, and it's basically... just starting shit on fire. And I was like, whoa, dude, I guess it makes sense. And then when they're saying certain houses aren't getting touched by it, it's like, dude, it makes sense, because then I started hearing they want to start smart cities in Hawaii. They want to go smart city in Hawaii, so why not burn it up? And they're giving everybody eviction notices now. Everybody there is getting eviction notices. Even if your house didn't get touched, you're getting an eviction notice, and you have so many days to get the fuck out. It doesn't matter if you pay or not. And or here's the thing they're saying: just make sure to stay on tack with rent, but you got 45 days to get out. It's like, what? So, dude, it has been outrageous.
And like, I mean, have you ever been to Hawaii?
I haven't. No.
So when we went to Hawaii, we went to Honolulu, and we were in Oahu, which is kind of like it's like McHenry County of Hawaii, very countryside. I mean, there's fucking how we have raccoons or how we have squirrels. They have chickens and cats, and the chickens and cats hang out with each other. It's pretty crazy. Nice. When we go to downtown Honolulu, and you bring up the point about smart cities, dude, they've got a meth problem like you wouldn't believe out there, dude. Oh, wow. Like, dude, I saw so many methed out Hawaiian people. It was sad, dude, like really sad. And then like they are by the tourists, they're all by the big like buildings and stuff. It's a huge tourist area, and obviously the smart cities, they're all just up. They just keep making them up, and that's all you could really do there. I mean, it's not a huge area. There's one highway in Honolulu. You're gonna like what it's called.
What is it?
Guess. You'll like it though.
Highway Honolulu.
You know, I would have guessed to do Kamehameha Highway.
Go fuck, dude. That's my highway.
Yeah, and it's not long. Dude. You could probably drive from one end of Honolulu to the other 75 times.
It's even pronounced like that.
Kamehameha, yeah.
Close enough. Fucking, it'll do. That's dope. I like that.
Or Kamehameha, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But it's just I just that smart cities would be the only thing I think they could do possible there. But we'll see how the native Hawaiians treat it, because like when I was there, I was told by a Polynesian guy that was there, the Polynesians and the Samoans are cool with white people, but Hawaiians, like native Hawaiian people, do not like white people.
Well, there's certain areas in Hawaii that like tourists aren't allowed.
Oh yeah. And I'm sorry, you see how thick those people are? You're not going to beat them in the fight.
You're not beating up meth heads.
Yeah, no, not all, but they're not all meth heads. Like, oh Jesus Christ! No, I know. You got to rephrase that shit.
The whole fucking Hawaiian country just filled with meth, dude.
But it was a beautiful country. I enjoyed it the time I was there. But it just the smart city thing would make a lot of sense considering how the place is structured. Yeah. They're also, I mean, that's also conspiracy theory for out here, where they're going to start doing that to people out here. Move to the city and incentivize, move to the city. And smart streets, the Google Street sidewalks, where like you're walking in and say, oh, Zach Eichmann is walking on left street right now. It's like,
well, I've heard about that, and then I don't know if I might have misheard something or whatever, but it starts with like because they start changing the lights, the street lights. They're not like because I had a bunch of blue street lights by me. There's a whole bunch of them going down Algonquin, and I was like, these look fucking sweet, dude, and they're just blue. And it's only really that street. Now, again, like I said, I may have misheard something, but I swear to God, I heard someone talking about these. They start with these like smartsies with having these blue street lights on. And I was like, is my house gonna be hit by a laser? I was like, fuck yeah.
They got a whole bunch of other shit you got to worry about. But personally, I think that happened to distract people from something else going on. I don't know what it was.
Like always, yeah. I mean, that's isn't that like the fucking name in the game nowadays?
There's so much. Well, the thing is there's so much out there in terms of information. It's not the 50s where they can just do things and no one knows. But like now it's like there's so many things that are declassified. They don't even care anymore. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. And that's people like Alex Jones. Like I like Alex Jones. People are gonna hate me for saying that, but I like a lot of things.
I'm a big fan.
We're
turning frogs gay day by day.
Well, I mean, they're turning the black helicopters flying around Hillary. But no, because the things he was talking about Epstein and these islands years before all that shit went down. Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, his dad worked for the CIA. Mm-hmm. So how the hell can I really trust him too?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? How does he know so much he hasn't been killed yet? Because a lot of people, they know a lot of things. George Cooper, all those guys killed.
They're out of here, dude.
Dead.
The only guy that hasn't been touched is the alien guy. What's his name? The bald dude with the glasses.
David Icke?
No, the dude who worked on the saucers and shit in Area 51. Damn, man. I'm blanking on the fucking name of the guy. Unbelievable. He just did the conference with the... He was involved with that or the UFO fucking conference with the...
I don't really believe in any of that shit. So
dude,
I believe in UFOs.
Everyone keeps having this whole thing of why is nobody caring about... They just said aliens are real. It's because there's someone who hasn't seen anything. He's just interviewed people. And they told him what to say to us. You fucking bring an alien into court. Bring a dead body. Bring us a flying saucer. And then everyone will freak out. Everyone will start losing their shit then. But until then, nobody gives a fuck what the government has to say. They don't give a shit. Oh, well, by the way, the aliens are real. And, well, they come in and out. We have a couple saucers. And, well, there's some bodies in there. I can't answer that question. Like, if you have the clearance, we can sit in a private room and talk about it, but I can't answer it here. It's like, what? What?
Well, you just emptied the bag right here, man.
Like, God damn it, you're already telling us the aliens are real, so why not empty everything else out? So, no, you guys, they're lying about something.
Well, I mean, it does correlate to one thing, and I believe a lot of movies that are big Hollywood movies are kind of foreshadowing the things that are going to happen.
Yeah.
And Men in Black, there's a conversation between J and K in the end where K is basically like, listen,
Stephen Greer. That's the guy. Sorry,
okay.
I need to cut you off.
Cool.
That's the guy. I'm sorry, I just fucked
But it's cool. But there's a point where they're talking, and it's kind of at the end where they're like, Kay's like, okay, dude, like, you got to make a decision. Are you going to do this or not do this? Like, you want to give up all your life, and everybody that you know is not going to know you anymore, or what? And Jay, Will Smith's character's like, why we got to keep it quiet? Why he's like, I'm cool right now with this. I'm dealing with this. He's like, yeah, you're cool, basically, but you know how people are. Mm-hmm. They're stupid. Altogether, people are crazy. They fucking riot. They cause all these issues. They kill people, hurt themselves, all for anything.
Right.
How do you think they're going to handle some situation? That's going to people. And then the movie, he's like the reason why they live their happy, quiet little lives because they don't know about it. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem too. Is that the government know that they're the devil. I think in my opinion, at least infiltrated by some kind of evil force if there is one. They do know that they would cause hysteria. Because think of it this way: if you were told right now, take a devout Catholic priest. Alien's a real man, fucking right. That is an alien. Like, this is fucking alien. Whatever, that's going to challenge his beliefs about everything he's been taught his entire life. The foundation of his morals, his instinctual feelings, everything based on that idea. He's given his life. He's a priest. Right. That's tough, dude. And I think that would be a huge problem too.
Yeah. No. Well, it would challenge a lot of religion, but I think religion would. I mean, in the end, it would stick around because they would just basically say they would put it as, oh, well, it's God. God did this. God brought the aliens. God brought these outer beings here and whatnot.
Well, then
obviously there would be the people that would be fucking losing their mind because everything's now lied to them and whatnot because everything was just made up in a sense, everything. But then you'd have the really high devout Catholics and Christians and Baptists and all these other fucking religions being, oh, no. God did this. It's God. It's God's plan. God made the aliens. God made the aliens do this. God had the aliens go here and there. And it's God's plan. Read it in the Bible. Like, fucking... So, yeah, it would fuck with people, but I think in the end, religion would still hold a place.
Well, yeah, I mean, eventually, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ways to describe... to handle things. But I think at some point it would be a coup. I believe there's interdimensional beings necessarily. I don't know if they're green, gray, or whatever. Man, I don't know any of that kind of stuff. Personally, I really don't care. It doesn't really do much for me. I mean, now that I've realized in my life, like if aliens exist, if they don't exist, they ain't interested in me. So
I think they're more interested in us as a whole. I come around to thinking more and more so that we're just meat suits for souls, and that we're recycled. We're recycled.
I think there's a lot to be said about that.
If these higher beings that come here and they go to nuclear plants and go fly over Navy ships and all these different things, they wanted to stop war, they would stop it. We wouldn't have war. We would have peace if they wanted to. I don't think that's it. I think these higher beings push violence. They push these wars. They push this nonsense that we're doing in Ukraine right now. They push all of this shit. It's all an agenda, and they're watching, sure, but there's a higher power there that's pushing these things because we should all be at peace with each other. Everybody should be at peace.
At the end of the day, we should just be happy that Biden was able to give $700 to everybody in Hawaii.
Oh, what a great president!
And $34 billion to Ukraine. Thank God.
Thank God for Joe Biden. Oh man, what a guy he is. Dude.
I just couldn't imagine being like looking at everything smoldering. Maybe you're a dead animal and they get $700 check. Like,
God, dude. Hey, thanks a lot.
That buys you. I've been to Hawaii, dude. That doesn't buy you shit there. It's expensive as fuck. Yeah. I think that also this would be a good time to bring up Project Bluebeam and looking into that if you haven't.
That's something I have been thinking about, man. I think that's just it's just a ruse. I think it's a ruse. I don't think they would do it because everyone knows about it now. So say they did put a big fucking flying saucer in the fucking air or Jesus Christ in the air or whatever for everyone to believe. Nobody would believe it. Now, don't get me wrong. They say how they're going to do it is basically they'll put like a alien ship in the fucking, like a hologram of an alien ship, and then they'll have like an actual like bomber in the air and start dropping bombs and fucking blowing the shit out of fucking everybody, so everyone will start panicking, and then it becomes one world order and new world order, and then everyone comes to one religion, which is what they're trying to get, if I'm not wrong. But I don't think they're going to go that way about it. I think it's going to go a whole different route because everyone's caught on now. You know?
Well, I understand that, but everybody kind of understood that COVID at this point is a little bit of a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
But there's still people out there, man, that would sit there and fight me tooth and nail and say that I'm a piece of shit, that I don't care about anybody else. And that literally something that killed like 3 million people out of a country of 400 million people.
Right.
And like that, and most of the people were older, and then now it's people that have been vaccinated 1 million times.
Mm-hmm.
Like those people, there's a version of those people for the alien thing. You know what I mean? And those people, so unfortunately, there's more of them than there are of us.
Yeah.
So there are people that will be cool with it. Right. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, fucking yeah, the aliens. Like, Independence Day, those fucking people went to go meet the aliens. And they all got blasted, dude. I was like, yeah. Fucking, you really think that the alien gives a fuck about you? Like the one hippie bitch that was friends with Bill Smith's wife in the movie. She's like, I'm going to go talk to him. And like, yeah, like they're going to have really brilliant conversations with you. They just travel interstellarly to fucking talk to a stripper. Yeah, okay. Like, they're gonna blast you away, dude. They knew what you'd be doing. You know what I mean?
There'll always be those types of people, man. Fucking the goddamn COVID people, the mask wearers, man.
Now, granted, if you are a sickly person, if you have some kind of autoimmune disease, AIDS, things like that, anything like that, I understand because a cold can kill you. The flu can kill you when you have those kind of problems.
Absolutely.
But I'm sorry. COVID is not something that I need to get a vaccine for. No. It's not something that you need to freak out about.
Yeah.
And I was chastised hardcore about this because my feelings about everything early on and all that shit, to the point where I was getting threatened, which I thought was kind of weird. People were threatening me physically because weren't they worried about getting COVID? Like, don't touch me, And I had one altercation at a place, and it wasn't that bad, but it was like at the point where I was like, dude, you need to get the fuck out of my face. Like, I'm not doing your shit. I'm not gonna name the place either because I don't want to get in trouble. But it was just like the audacity of some people,
I would have because I refuse to wear I wouldn't wear a mask, man. So like I had two things happen where I'd go into stores and old people put on a mask and they'd run down an aisle and I was like, where's this coming from? What's happening here, bro? And then I'd keep walking, get my groceries, and he would like peek around and put a mask on. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here, dude? And he'd run away. I was like, what's happening? We went to go see Blue Man Group. Fucking, they needed a mask, vaccine card, fucking all this shit and all that stuff. And fucking, yeah, I got a vaccine card. So went in there, got in there, took the mask off, and they have the camera on everybody. And I'm the one guy just sitting there like this, looking at the camera, and everybody else has masks. Not me. I'm just Stone faced, dude. And the blue people was trying to come up to me, but they didn't. They couldn't touch me. They didn't want to touch me. I don't know if they had a fucking issue. They didn't have fucking masks on. So fucking, it was just. It was
They had the blue paint on, dude. It's cool.
It all comes back around.
Dude, it blocks COVID and lasers, dog. You guys a hell of a sale. I've sold the fuck out of that paint, dude.
I gotta get me.
Tell me a better paint. You know what I mean?
Some of that paint, dude. It's gonna be.
You got a broken leg? Throw that paint on there, dog. You're good.
Whole new ball game to the company I work for. I'm gonna start selling
blue
man.
paint, guys.
Blue paint on the roof. Here's the thing: laser comes down, doesn't affect your house.
You know, you're saying that they're like, this guy is crazy, but you're kind of big, so they'll be like, you know,
it makes sense. All right, we'll get the blue paint. Just relax.
Don't freak out. I got the blue paint. You're like sitting there, just like whatever you do with the paint up there. I don't know how it works, but.
Oh God! For me, dude. I love it.
Oh man, that was perfect.
Blue paint, man.
But
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with the blue paint?
And then another thing I've been kind of looking at is the new ways people are bringing drugs into countries, man.
Yeah.
It is getting like, so I watched this one video. They're making submarines. I'm not even joking, dude. Out of like wood and plexiglass, bro, with all the electricity. They said it takes them 3 months, costs them about $1 million for them to make it, so no one can see that they're making it. Yeah. And then those 3 months, they pick 2 guys from the cartel to go to school to learn how to fucking be submarine like drivers or whatever you'd be then. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Not the submarine.
They popped up this one submarine they got. Poor guys, they were just sitting there. They looked so scared when they got them. And dude, they had like fucking like it was like a $250 million worth of blow in their thing. It's like, what, you can't can't eat that, you know? Like,
I would be terrified, dude. Fucking, I'm driving a submarine that was just made in a forest. I'm like,
but those things,
someone catch me, dude.
Dude, it actually works very well. They say that there's like 16 of those things going out every week. They're lucky they find 1 or 2 of them because they do it at night usually.
Unbelievable.
The only reason why these guys were out, I guess, is because they had something go wrong, and so they were out there later than they should have been.
Yeah.
So like everybody else is, by the time they're coming back from the States, they have nothing. The money's already been sent over, and these guys are coming back from the States. It's just some dudes in a submarine, and they can't do what they're gonna say, you know. Like, get out of your submarine. Like, no, I'm not getting out of your submarine. Fuck you, you know.
Staying right in here.
And then this one was the clincher for me. Clothes soaked cocaine. That it's like a liquid cocaine.
You put it on, you're like, ah!
No. These motherfuckers are putting it on, and it was coated in this like shit. Yeah. And then you put it in the solution, and then the solution makes the cocaine, and then you make that into powder.
Whoa.
That I swear to God, dude. At this, like, one person like came across, they confiscated these two suitcases with clothes with like 100 kilos or something stupid, like 50 kilos. I don't know how much it is. I think it's like a few hundred, maybe almost $1 million right there. But that's just crazy, dude. The solution's like $10. You just go when you get back to your house or wherever you're going, you just mix there and you just cut it, and then you drive in the airplane and go back home.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm like, fuck, dude.
That's fucking wild.
Like, where do they find these people? I would never have thought of that.
Never. But I mean, I guess you got to find new ways as fucking time goes on. They got a couple guys in there just thinking all the time. Like, all right,
they're like tennis balls. A bunch of guys look like Steve Jobs.
Like, all right, so here's my thing: soak the clothes.
You know, they were like, dude, we're gonna kill this motherfucker. Dude, like, what the fuck's he talking about, dude?
Soak the clothes. We have a certain substance that'll go over the clothes, so we don't get high when we wear the clothes. And then fucking we'll bring it back, put in another substance, fucking get the powder. Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, but at the end of the day, it seems with the successful drug cartels or any drug people, anything in movies like Blow, anything like that. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it's who has the balls. Yeah. Who has the balls to be like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna go steal an airplane because they do that in Blow, and that's true. And then just start flying back and forth to a Mexican connection I know that has weed, and then he eventually went to Blow. Right. But it's just like crazy to me. And that's all the difference is. These guys aren't geniuses. These guys aren't it's just like they have an idea, and like this is what has to be done in order for it to go down. Right. And it's risky as fuck, and it's high risk, but it's super high reward. Oh yeah. I mean, you do one big, let's just say it was us in that fucking submarine, and it was only our Blow that we cultivated. You know, you had that's $250 million. You would never have to work again.
Never again.
You would do one thing, and that's it, and then you would just erase yourself from society.
God, it would be nice. I wouldn't mind that. I guess I'd make a little submarine.
Yeah, I mean, but
can't. How far? Did they say how far they go down?
Well, I mean, I guess you think of like
you got to go. I know you got to probably get through you'd probably to get past radar and shit. But I mean,
I don't know how far they go, but they probably not too far because it's made of plexiglass. Plexiglass cracks at a certain level. But I'm sure it's probably just enough. But they have to go from Colombia or Cuba or where the fuck they're at to Florida. I would say is be the main part they'd go to. I would assume that they'd want to get to Florida by night. The problem is that what I would be worried about at night is sharks. Because you're going to look like a fucking big-ass porpoise in that little fucking thing going there. And then you're going to fucking mix that cocaine with a fucking shark. And then you got a sharked-up cocaine head, dude. Or a coked-up shark head, dude, flying around. And, like, you already can't swim, dude. You know what I mean? You're not going to fucking beat that fucker. No, I'm just joking. That's stupid. But I'm just saying, like, you know, it's mostly, I think, just not really being low. It's just getting past those choppy-ass seas and stuff. I mean, it's not easy. You're on the Atlantic. I don't think you're the Pacific. So you're in a rough area. Cold water too, cold water.
Just outrageous, man. It's just wild that these dudes are making fucking submarines.
I mean, you have the money; they have $1 million in fat. Yeah, I'm sure if you stretch $1.5 million, you really can get some cool shit.
Oh, I mean, they got endless fucking money over there. So
plus, you know, they were getting government grants for these guys to go to college to learn how to do this shit. You know,
they got someone over there being able to build a submarine. Like, okay.
Like you wouldn't be worried that like Juan Suarez and all these guys that come in there and they're just like, yeah, I never went to learn. They're like, you've never been to school before. Yeah, and you know they're just
I want to learn.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like because if I don't, they're gonna kill me. So you know, and that's a lot of it too. I hear is they just dupe people into doing it. They say, hey, if you don't do this, we're gonna kill your family. You know we can. So
yeah, and they'll continue doing this. I mean, you have to continue doing it as well. I mean, the second you start driving the submarine, you're the submarine driver forever. Mm-hmm. Never.
That's why, and like you know, that's why I remember like you know a big guy that was famous for being a flight guy. Mickey Monday. He was huge in the early cocaine days in the 70s and 80s in terms of getting cocaine shipped. He had an airplane used from Florida. And I would be absolutely terrified to do that shit because, you know, I would want to do it where he knew all those guys' names. He knew all of them, but he didn't know the main guys because I kept him from being killed. Because you know too many people, when shit goes down, they're going to kill you. Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do if I was a huge boss. The less people that know what's going on, the better. Mm-hmm. And you know, he kind of did the best way. He just like said, tell me where I need to go. Tell me where I'm picking it up. That's all I want to do. I don't want to meet anybody. Yeah. So when they do say something, you know, hey, yeah, he did a lot of deliveries for us, but he doesn't know what I look like, doesn't know who I am, doesn't know my name. Right. Perfect. I'm not going to kill him. Which, granted, I still would kill him, but like, yeah.
Well, I know, best way to go, but yeah, I mean, more people, more risk, and you fucking dealing with a big drug boss, dude. That's a wrap. Something goes wrong, just run away. Fucking run far. If
I was a serious big time like coke dealer, not even big time, like I just did a few kilos a week, you know, and I had my guys under me, but I wasn't big. I didn't know a lot of big people. Bicycles and backpacks.
Bicycles.
Yes. Yes. So they go faster. Yeah. I would do deliveries on a bicycle. Yeah. That way. I could ditch a bicycle. There's no serial numbers and shit like that. If I can toss that shit, I'll run. Mm. And I'll just because of my conditioning, I know for a fact I will get past most police officers. I know I will. And but I'm just saying, if you're a guy on a bike with a helmet on and like you just look goofy as fuck, people are gonna think you're probably either geeky or mentally challenged. Yeah. Unfortunately.
And I mean, we'll get you set up right, get you in a little bow tie, fucking get you little glasses.
Well, it can't be too much. You can't go like John W. Jr. said in Tropic Thunder. You can't go full retard. Yeah. You gotta be a little zest in you. Just like goofiness. You're like, hi, you know, hi there. You know.
Oh man. All right, cool. All right, well, end of the first episode. Talked a little bit about the blue roofs, and we talked about the goddamn cocaine submarines. Fucking, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Episode 2 coming out next week. Ha ha.